Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So, start with Ben and Marlena. Pretty much throughout this entire episode, it's Marlena helping Ben, trying to cope with his grief. And that's pretty much how we spend the 45 minutes of that. It's just her talking to him. Ben is sitting there blaming himself, wishing he could do more. Marlene is sitting there just kind of reassuring him that, you did everything that you could. So, it's a lot of that's going on. Towards the end, when Ben gets discharged, he goes to the house, well, I guess his apartment or whatever, and first of all, he sees the door already open. And then when he gets inside, I guess he sees, Ciara's suitcase. And he hears somebody in the bathroom. So, I guess we'll just wait until tomorrow to see who it is. I'd probably say 99% that it's not Ciara. Or not the new Ciara. By the way, every time he keeps saying Ciara, it sounds like he's saying Sarah. I kind of wish that they would, fix that. Because I just kept hearing Sarah. Now, one of the things I did actually enjoy in this episode was John and Steve. So, Steve is pretty much keeping John company, playing poker and stuff like that, just kind of just talking, and, well, John kind of snaps at him. Literally snaps at him, and is talking like, you're going after my wife, this, that, and third, and, Steve was like, listen, I was out of my mind at that point. And that's when John kind of calmed down and realized, no, it's me that's out of my mind. And I don't think he really gave him, he didn't actually sit there and tell him, no, medically, there's something wrong with me. So Steve just chalked it up to him just having outbursts and just being like, listen, you want to yell at me? Whatever. I'm just grateful that you're alive. And it was actually really nice seeing their friendship, seeing their bond and stuff like that. Because it's one of those things where it's in this world, to have friends like that is as close to you as family, it's rare. It's rare to have. And, it was nice seeing. And that's pretty much ends their whole scene. All they really did was just play poker and just kind of he just kept John company. It was probably one of my favorite scenes, I have to sit there and say. Just that bond and that friendship, that brotherhood without actually being blood connected was really cool to see. Gwen. So, a lot of people are leaving. You have Will and Sonny, they just was gone. There's two people. You got Ciara that's temporarily gone right now. You have Rafe. Well, okay, you know what? Ciara's coming back, so I don't really want to count Ciara. But you have Rafe and Gabby that was gone. Hope is gone. Hope is going to be leaving. And I'm just sitting there thinking, well, we're going to sit there and replace this huge void. Enter Gabby. Enter Gwen. The woman that does not know how to shut up. Literally, she is sitting there. I don't really understand this whole, I want to poison Abby for some odd reason. Anyway, she's sitting there and she's trying to poison Abby or whatever, trying to poison or spike the coffee or whatever. And Jack and Jennifer comes in. And, I think Jack or Jennifer is like, oh, you were on the phone talking, you're on the phone talking to someone. And then Gwen just doesn't know when to shut up. Because Gwen is all like, no, I was just talking to myself. Because, I'm not crazy, but, being in that place, the crazy just kind of rubbed off on me. And, at that point, they just, first of all, they're very touchy about the whole, labeling people crazy and stuff like that. So it was crazy. What? So they kind of went off on her, they got offended, and at that point Gwen just pretty much just digged a just deeper hole Just kept just digging that hole, and I'm just like looking at my watch, and I'm like, well, is she gonna just shut up at this point? And then when they were about to leave, instead of Gwen shutting up, Gwen just kept going. So then Jack and Jennifer start to walk back. I'm like, what are you doing? If you just had stayed shut up, they would have walked out the room. Now it's taking you a lot longer to do this nefarious thing that you're going to do for some unknown reason. So anyway, she gets back to after they leave, and she finally, I don't even think she even shuts up. They just had enough at that point. So she gets back to spiking the drinks, spiking whatever. And then you have Abby, which, by the way, I gotta sit there and talk about this scene for a minute, because this was kind of funny and kind of weird. So Abby and Chad are upstairs, and Abby sees a picture of the old actress that used to play Abby. And she's like, oh, who's that woman that's in the picture with you? Chad's like, what the hell are you talking about? She turns around, and of course they like Photoshop the hell out of this picture, and I'm like, okay, this is funny. This is unintentionally funny. I mean, the funniest part was when I get to the whole Justin thing, but this is funny. It was just weird. It was like, oh, okay, I see what you did there. That was weird, but okay. They literally had a photo of the last actress that played Abby. What the hell? So anyway, after she tells this really bad joke about her kissing, about Chad kissing someone, and Chad's like, where did that come from? They go downstairs and they meet Gwen, and Gwen is spiking the drink for Abby. Now she gives it to Abby, but then Chad is like, well, you can't really take coffee, you can't really take caffeine with your medication. And so she puts it down. And then Chad is like, well, you know what, listen, let's not just let it go to waste. So he picks it up and he's about to drink it. Gwen knocks the drink into him. I think at this point, me and Chad are both looking at this woman like, what the hell is wrong with you? So she tries to explain it away, which I thought was probably the worst explanation in the world, among the worst explanations in the world, but for some odd reason, they totally buy it. Like, literally. Abby's all like, oh, well, she stuck up for me, she was right, and, this, that, and the third, and, she's just trying to be helpful, and I'm like, I have to tell you the truth, at that point, I was like, I feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone, or this is just really soap opera-ish, like just, and what I mean by soap opera-ish, I mean, like, just defying common sense and logic and just out the window. So, after she scurries off or whatever, they literally try to make an excuse for her, and it somehow works. And then they go back to kissing and doing all that stuff that I really didn't care about. Let's talk about Justin and Bonnie, because I'm not gonna lie, in this scene, here's the thing. I understand Justin's feelings about Bonnie, what she did to his late wife, and how she pretty much screwed over a lot of different people in that town, including his wife. So I get that. But the dude took it way too far, and I mean like on a dickish kind of level too far, and he just started going off on her. And I stood there and I was like, wow, bro, you really? I mean, I know she's bad, but damn, bro. So anyway, he says what he says. And by the way, another reason why I kind of just stood there and felt like it went too far, because I was like, dude, she just kissed you. And granted, you might have kissed her back. Think about what Kayla did to you on your wedding day. She decided to leave you on her wedding day, on your wedding day, to go back to her ex-husband. And you didn't give her nearly that type of energy. I don't know Bonnie, which in some ways, it's kind of a good thing because I don't have to get clouded up by, her past sins and stuff like that like I do Nina. Because Nina is a person who I am never going to just... I don't think I'm ever actually just going to forgive her for the whole Willow Tate thing. So, in a lot of ways, I'm kind of glad that I don't really know that much about Bonnie. I mean, I know she did some bad things, but... damn, bro. So anyway, he walks off. He goes to the bar. He starts day drinking. Because, day drinking on a Thursday afternoon is always a good idea. So he's sitting there just knocking him back. Jack comes over. He's like, see you day drinking. You good, buddy? So they start talking, and I'm not gonna lie, it was actually pretty funny. Up until this point, I didn't think they actually did comedy well. And I think the last time that I saw something really this funny was when John got beamed in the eye when he was playing catch with one of his sons. And I laughed my ass off. This scene was just hilarious. I gotta give props to Justin, the actor that plays Justin, and Ned. This was just hilarious. Just the way he was just describing it, with Bonnie and his bad luck and everything like that. This was hilarious. And I'm not gonna lie, it didn't really go anywhere, and Jack just... I think he did the best he could as far as just being in the ear just to listen to. I think that he has a lot more feelings. He kind of keeps protesting that, he doesn't have any feelings for Bonnie, and it'll ruin his memory of her, and this, that, and the third. And I'm not saying that he's wrong, but I mean, you're doing a lot of protesting for somebody who you are talking about how you don't like, just saying, bro. Bonnie's a wreck. Jennifer starts walking, and she's about to walk past, and I already know that she's gonna, give her a tissue and just kind of ask her if she's okay, because that's the kind of woman that she is. And I knew that's what kind of, I mean, granted, I knew she was going to turn around because she even had this facial expression ugh. So she tried to comfort Bonnie, and Bonnie was like, I kissed Justin, and Jennifer was like, are you out of your mind? He can be disbarred. What are you, nuts? And then, weirdly, Bonnie tried to compare Justin to John Wayne. And I was like, I don't know if a lot of people know the history about John Wayne, but let's put it this way, no one should be compared to John Wayne unless you know exactly what kind of person that John Wayne was. And just to give you some highlights, he was very sexist and very racist. So comparing him to John Wayne, no. I get it, the hat, but no. So anyway, Jennifer does her best to sit there and try to console Bonnie, and she got her to stop crying for a little bit, so I guess she did her job, and then she just walked off, which is probably more than what most people would have done. That's been wrong by her. Pause it for 1 second. And yeah, that's actually it. I mean, seriously, it's so weird. I enjoyed this episode for the stuff that was in it, even though it wasn't really that much in it. But the little bit that they had was actually pretty good. I felt like they might actually put in more commercials in this episode than the actual episode. Excuse me. Because, yeah, it's 14 minutes and I'm actually done with this review. So anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know what your favorite part of this episode was. Do you think that Justin should have been compared to John Wayne if you actually know who John Wayne is? And if you don't know who John Wayne is, Google John Wayne and you'll find out who he is. And what do you think is your favorite part? What is your favorite part of this episode? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe. I will catch you in the next review.